Hello, good evening, and welcome to another interesting episode of your program, BOI Impact. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan. On tonight's program, we shall be taking you through the Bank of Industry's recent activities in Osogbo, the Osun State capital. In the first part of the program, we shall bring you the bank's management team led by the Managing Director, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa's visit to Governor's office, where the team met with the Deputy Governor, Chief Mrs. Titi Laoye Tomori. The second part will feature the commissioning of BOI State Office in Osogbo, while the last segment will focus on the bank's visit to one of its numerous beneficiaries. Stay tuned as we bring you all of these exciting moments in the next half hour. The Bank of Industry and the State of Osun have had a robust and beneficial relationship in the past few years. It started with the BOI and Osun State Entrepreneurial Development Training Tagged Bootcamp, where potential and existing entrepreneurs were trained on how to do business as well as accessing funds from the bank. The two development partners also jointly established a 500 million naira micro, small and medium enterprises development counterpart fund to assist entrepreneurs in the state. The bank, in partnership with the state, also established a garment factory called Omoluabi, where thousands of Osun State indigenes are gainfully employed. Just recently, the bank took another step to boost the relationship with the state by paying a courtesy visit to the governor, Ogbeni Ralph Aregbesola, before the commissioning of BOI State Office in Osogbo. The Deputy Governor, Chief Mrs. Titi Laoye Tomori, received the team.
It is a big opportunity for this state to have BOI presence in the state of Osun. The journey started around November, when the managing director wrote a letter to the chief officer of this state, that is Mr. Governor, that the state should get an office for them. Immediately, within a space period of 2 months, I think this thing was fulfilled by Mr. Governor. And that is exactly what we are celebrating today. And it's going to be a big opportunity to our SMEs in the state. Instead of them going to Akure to go and process their facilities, the journey is here at home. All what they just need is to walk into the office at Igbona for all this transaction. I believe it's going to be an opportunity for SME to grow in the state of Osun.
The Managing Director, BOI, Mr. Rasheed Olaoluwa, in his remarks explained why the bank is opening an office in Osogbo.
For us to play the kind of role we are supposed to play as a leading development bank, we needed to have more than 7 locations in the entire country. It doesn't make sense for an SME based in Osogbo, for instance, to have to drive almost 3 hours to Akure, just to submit an application. So we decided that we needed to reach out to all the states with which we have a partnership arrangement to support us in the process of expanding our franchise. So I wrote a letter to all the state governors, and I'm very pleased to say that in terms of offering us a very suitable office accommodation, the state of Osun was the first government that responded in Nigeria. Therefore, we wasted no time whatsoever in ensuring that we got the place ready, we deployed staff, and now we're in an institution today where the office is about to be commissioned. So we are ready to go, Your Excellency. Let me, at this juncture, express the deepest appreciation of the Bank of Industry on behalf of the board, management and staff of the bank, to say that we are very, very grateful to His Excellency and to the good people of Osun State. We are here to support the SMEs. My people have been here for a few weeks, and they're already in the process of identifying the key SME clusters that drive economic activity in Osun State, so that we can then support those SME clusters. The target they have is that in the next few weeks, we should have a minimum of 25 clusters in this region, and we should be able to support SMEs with loans and advances, that will ensure that we can create jobs for our teeming populace.
In her welcome address, the Deputy Governor reiterated the Osun State government's commitment to the development of small and medium enterprises in the state.
The Governor of the state of Osun is totally committed to the development of small-scale businesses in the state. We are all aware of it. In fact, when we came in 2010, the state was invested, I will use the word invested, by armed robbers, daily robbing the banks. And it took it as a challenge and turned the state a no-go area for armed robbers. He was the first governor to invest heavily in APC, armored personnel carriers, and several other security gadgets that kept the thieves far away from the state of Osun. And he did several things that made the state to become investment friendly beyond Nigeria, because even outside Nigeria, the state of Osun was hailed for being an investment friendly state. There are quite a lot of things the governor put in place. We came up with HORIP, and the first thing again which we did to attract the farmers and their products to the city centers was development of the rural roads, construction of the rural roads, the feeder roads. These enabled farmers to bring their products to the city centers. This government has invested over 1.7 billion naira through cooperative in small-scale businesses within the 4 years of its administration in the state. And we are also quite familiar with what you've been doing with us. You are partnering with us with the Olaosebikan garment industry. And beyond that, you've done quite a lot. I'm a committed watcher of your program. I've seen you empowered young people all over Nigeria.
The producer is here.
Yeah, and okay, you're the producer. I love that program. I don't miss it. I do not miss it. On channels, I'm always glued to it. And I'm always really enthralled when I see young entrepreneurs. For instance, there was a day, one young man was playing with something that looked like Coca-Cola, and you turned it into big business for him. I've seen ladies, in fact, mechanics, and several other people. We are indeed very happy to have you in the state. This is the state it should have been before, but we thank God that you are right here now. So on behalf of the governor, I want to sincerely welcome you, and I can assure you that your stay here will be a huge success. Thank you. God bless you.
Giving the vote of thanks, the Executive Director, SME Directorate, BOI, Mr. Waheed Olagunju, reassured the state government of the bank's commitment to MSME development in the state.
On behalf of the boards and management of the bank industry, and indeed the entire South Bank, we say a big thank you to you for the hospitality accorded our delegation today. Well, like you said, it's a divine assignment, it's an ordained assignment, and it's also not a coincidence that the son of the Shoy is leading the bank at this time, who is our brother, not today our managing director, Mr. Rashid Olabua. We are glad that you've honored him. You've done him a very big honor by being the first state to respond to his letter, asking for an office, and you donated the office, fully paid for, and your staff have fully supported our own staff on ground here to ensure that the office stays off. We will deliver our mandate. We'll work assiduously to ensure that we help industrialize Osun State. You're one of our leading development partners, and we'll work hand in hand to ensure that everything goes on well.
Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
Welcome back. That was a brief meeting between the Osun State government and the management of the Bank of Industry, after which the two development partners proceeded to the commissioning of BOI State Office in Osun State. From the Governor's office, the two development partners converged on the commissioning site of the Bank of Industry's office in Osun.
It is with great joy and honor that I welcome you all today to witness the official commissioning of the Bank of Industry's Osun State office in Osogbo, the state of Osun. May I seize this opportunity to publicly acknowledge and thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, for the kind provision of this edifice that is today the Osun State Office of Bank of Industry. Your Excellency, by this singular visionary developmental initiative, the MSME community of Osun State are now within easy reach of BOI's developmental finance and business advisory services. It is our hope and expectation that this development will further strengthen the existing partnership between BOI and Osun State by way of enhancing financial inclusion for entrepreneurs in the state, as well as vastly improving our service turnaround time to our customers.
The Osun State Deputy Governor expressed the administration's appreciation to the bank for establishing an office in the state.
I'm greatly delighted to be part of this remarkable ceremony, which signals the birth of an operational base of the Bank of Industry in the state of Osun. It is gratifying to note that the age-long partnership between the state government and the bank has crystallized into the establishment of the state office of the bank in Osogbo, the state capital. We no longer have to go to Akure to assess the process of the bank. The importance of the bank in providing affordable funds for industrial investment cannot be overemphasized. The facilitation by the state government of the establishment of the State of Osun office of the Bank of Industry, the commissioning of which we are here gathered, is a deliberate effort to bring the windows of industrial funding through the bank to the doorstep of industrial investors in the state. I'm aware that there are diverse other industrial funds from which our people can benefit. It is my fervent hope that genuine investors will have unfettered access to these credit support avenues.
The Deputy Governor urged BOI to extend more assistance to industrialists in the state.
I therefore wish to call on the Bank of Industry to inject sizable investable funds to the state of Osun for immediate and massive industrial investment in the state. Let me give an assurance that you have a reliable ally in the state government, as the government will continue to provide an enabling environment for business to thrive. I wish to seize this opportunity to call on both local and foreign investors to make Osun their choice investment destination. Your investment decision in this regard will be well placed, as enduring precursors for profitable investments are here, while the state's industrial policy is investor-friendly. Let me very sincerely appreciate once again the management of the Bank of Industry for bringing the services of the bank to Osun. I have no doubt in my mind that the bank will enjoy full patronage. I also wish to admonish members of the organized private sectors to take positive advantage of the presence of BOI in the state of Osun. From now on, it will and can only get better, and we have cause to smile. I thank you all for your kind attention as I commission the office of BOI in Osogbo, the state of Osun. God bless you. To the glory of Almighty God, for advancement and development of small-scale and medium-scale industry in the state of Osun, I commission the Bank of Industry's office in the name of Almighty God. Amen.
It's one of our very favorite products. Agro processing. We like to convert all these products to food products. Let's say palm to palm oil, corn to
Palm oil in Nigeria?
yeah, we have palm oil.
Where is it produced?
Everywhere. People are doing it. I'm very pleased to know that we have the ICT cluster around that Olaosebikan. So that will be something that we need to look into to see how can we support small scale businesses around that area. So we identified all such cluster people who want to process cassava to garri, for instance.
In an interview with a cross-section of the media, the managing director of BOI highlighted the benefits of SME operators of its office in Osun State.
The state stands to benefit from the support that BOI can provide to SMEs in the state. Before now, the SMEs in the state were benefiting from BOI, but they will have had to travel from here to Akure, which was where our only regional office in Southwest was located. But now that we are in Oyo State and also in Osun State here, it means that we have close proximity to small and medium enterprises to be able to access long-term loans from Bank of Industry. Let me seize this opportunity to express very deep appreciation of BOI, Board and Management, to the government of the state of Osun, especially His Excellency Ogbeni Rahuf Aregbesola, for providing this office accommodation to BOI.
After the commissioning, the bank's management team also took time out to visit one of its numerous projects in the state of Osun, which was done in conjunction with the Osun State Investment Company Limited, OSICAL. Mr. Bola Oyebamiji, the MD of OSICAL, conducted the visiting team round the first of its kind mechatronics facility located in the College of Education, Esauke.
We have our airbag or steering wheel, so we have that we can always connect to different how it works. Yes, to understand how it works. That's what we have here. Then we have the multimedia cam. Basically it's all about experiments. It's not meant to be driven outside the place. It's not even meant to be driven, just to show, yes, this car. That's why we have the engine opened and even the bodies. Everything are open. for us to really understand, okay, this is how it starts.
Okay.
And these are various testing points where we can really get whatever we want from it.
What's on the inside?
Yes, yes. Like these are sensors and every other thing. We have there, because we also believe Nigeria is achieving something very big very soon. And that's why we've made provision for electrical engines as well. That is just coming out, electrical that use combustion engine and electrical motors, hybrid engine. Thank you so much. So we have that here as well that we can demonstrate with. So
when you say electric, which is it the fuel cell or the lithium-ion battery?
No, presently we use a lot of, because we need to generate a lot of power. There's a need for power, it's a really serious need to generate power, and we just have the combustion engine which we charge. For now, with the prototype we have here, we've not been able to discover.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, let's just get to it. Instead of the 12 volts we use on normal cars. But this is
a combustion engine.
Yes, this is a combustion engine and this is an electric motor. Okay. This is an electric motor. It's a naked engine, just for demonstration here. Okay. Because Nigeria have not really gotten to that, and there are a lot of safety we must put in place in the country first before we can adopt this, and that is why we don't toy with something like that. Yeah. Also, these boards are meant for creating faults for us to diagnose. And so if any student is brought in and we're able to, okay, if you should remove this, diagnose it, what is the problem with it? Then okay, we brainstorm together, okay, this should be the likely problem, we explain. It gets better to impart the knowledge. So, but we can always rectify.
So what's your interface with the Polytechnic in Lesotho here?
Well, presently, the Polytechnic has a department called Mechatronics Engineering.
Okay, now, so the students get practical experience there?
Maybe, maybe later. In the sense that mechatronics engineering as a whole is divided into different sections. We have the robotic, we have the automation, this automobile, and we have the burglary and alarm system. Those are different.
So they do robotics?
Yes, no, not in Lesotho yet. Not even in Nigeria yet. Okay. Maybe in abroad.
No, so the mechatronics department in
Lesotho now. I am sure they deal with autotronics, that is automobile. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they deal with burglary. I think they are coming off.
So there's no handshake?
Not
I was expecting that since there's this facility very close to the Polytechnic, there will be that very close interaction.
For now, I think definitely we'll go to that. But for now,
it's the only way to really get this thing, revved up.
Yes, our own primary, and there's a focus was our village dynamics. We come here, these guys, we train them in Yamni.
Yeah. So I understand. What I'm saying is that the only way to really get it to go to the next level is those guys who are studying OND, for them to, get some practical training here. And they also have the theoretical background. So that theory plus the practical experience will take us to the next level.
Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plants to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
That's all we can take for this week's edition of the program. We hope you've enjoyed every bit of it. In subsequent edition of the program, we shall bring you the commissioning of other state offices of the bank across the country. We hope you will always keep a date with us. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan. Bye for now.